What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got some more r/entitled parents for you. Starting with this one, my sister is an entitled parent. My older sister thinks that just because I don't have kids yet, I have to give her entitled sons my Lego collection. Sure, I'm in my mid-20s and I only get them out to tinker with them maybe once or twice a year. They'd have a lot more fun with them than I do. But Legos were my entire childhood. I'm somewhat on the spectrum and was heavily bullied as a child. Early attempts at sports always ended with me getting bullied and defending myself violently. So my childhood was lonely playing with Legos, video games, art, and working around our farm. Every birthday and Christmas I would get a couple new sets. Any money I earned working for neighbours or my grandparents would be spent on Legos. This is a large amount of Legos we're talking about here. A few $1,000s at retail, which was twice as many Legos back then as it is now. Many of these sets are extremely rare collector's items now and worth a lot of money. The rest of my family is extremely Mormon, so my sister married a returned missionary right after she graduated high school, and immediately fulfilled her Mormon duty as a baby factory. If/when I get married, it will be to someone I've known for more than 2 months, and after I'm mature and financially stable enough to make a commitment like that. Wow, the shade that's being thrown here. As it stands now, I don't plan on ever intentionally having children. Because I have no children to let play with them, my sister believes that I have to give her obnoxious, sticky, violent goblins a Lego collection worth over $40,000 currently. Seriously, these could potentially fund a major portion of my retirement in another 40 years as they become even more rare and valuable. I live with my parents while I finish school. I'm pretty behind as an adult because I picked up a lot of drug charges for a long period that was self-medicating my mental and emotional issues. Getting out of the criminal justice system takes years and tens of thousands of dollars. Multiple times I've come home from work or school and she's over visiting and has pulled large portions of my Lego collection out of storage for her kids to play with. I have said no so many times. I've explained not only their monetary value, but the sentimental value they hold to me. I have many unique creations I put together myself as a kid that they've destroyed, and I can't ever fix them because instructions for them don't exist. And I forgot how they went together. Many of the official sets have unique pieces that are impossible to replace that they've managed to destroy. I've even bought her kids some of their own to play with, both at their own houses and a stash over here. Every Christmas, she tries convincing me to give her kids the rest. Every time they have a birthday, she's telling me how much they'd love all my Legos. My sister is a horrible parent, by the way. She refuses to punish her children in any form. They can be mid-tantrum in public and she just tells them, "We don't do this, we don't scream in public." Then asks them, "What don't we do?" expecting a response she'll never get. Her middle son is going to grow up to be a serial killer. They already had to get rid of their first dog because he tormented it until it became violent. A few years later, they tried again with a small poodle hybrid that he kicks, chokes, throws, steps on, etc. Oh my god. When I see this happen, I freak the F out and take it away from him. His response is always, "It's my dog, I can do what I want to it." I've punished him right in front of her when she refuses to do anything. A couple months ago, he was running around with a 9-inch chef's knife and she wouldn't take it away from him. She just kept telling him to put it back, and we don't play with knives. What don't we do, Johnny? Well, fast forward 30 seconds and he stabs his 16th-month-old baby sister with the knife. She leaves them over here all the time without asking or warning anybody. Usually this falls into my lap because of everyone else's schedules. She'll bring them over when no one is here and cook them up elaborate meals with the groceries I buy for myself that I write my dang name on. Then she'll leave the table covered in expensive food they don't even touch and a load of dishes and clean up for me. She'll let themselves into my bedroom and catastrophically overfeed my fish, dumping entire little bottles of food into my tanks, killing my fish. Too long didn't read. My entitled mum's sister is raising a future Ted Bundy and thinks that I have to watch him, feed him, and give him $40,000 of Legos because I don't yet have kids of my own. Holy heck, that is one crazy family. I guess that this is the main problem with being too lenient as a parent. You can produce offspring that are just horrible and entitled. Moving on to our next story. Now this one is a little different. A grandmother's regrets. This isn't the typical entitled parent story wherein the entitled parent is a complete butthole. No, this is the story of an entitled parent who is now filled with remorse. About 2 weeks ago, I got in touch with one of my aunts after a very long time. She's a wonderful, sweet lady who was one of the few relatives who was nice to me when I was a kid. kid. We chatted on the phone for a while. I told her all about my job, my boyfriend, my dogs and cat, etc. She seemed happy for me and asked if she could visit. I said sure and invited her over for dinner. Having her over was as nice as I'd expected. She said she was proud of me and seemed genuinely happy for the life that I have built for myself. Then came that question. When do you and your boyfriend plan to marry and start a family? I replied while bracing myself for a negative reaction. We don't plan to do either of those things. I'm open to the idea of marriage, but only if that's something he wants. And neither of us want kids. We know ourselves and know that we're not parent material. She was silent for a few seconds and then surprised me by saying, I suppose it's for the best. You know yourself better than anyone else does, so you're probably making the right decision. I just wish that... She trailed off and suddenly seemed vulnerable. I asked her if she was okay. Okay, initial thoughts, this grandma does not seem entitled at all. Let's see what happens. Her response was this. I just wish that I hadn't pressured my son and daughter-in-law for a grandchild. Just like you, my daughter-in-law would often tell me that she wasn't meant to be a mother and that kids weren't for her. Like an idiot, I ignored her and just kept telling her that she would fall in love with her child as soon as she held it in her arms. When my son supported her and said the same about not wanting kids, I became enraged. I told him I would have zero contact with him if he did not give me at least one grandchild. Soon they both caved, and almost a year later, my daughter-in-law gave birth to a healthy baby boy. I was jumping for joy, but all was not well with my daughter-in-law. She suffered from postnatal depression and couldn't bond with the baby. My son took paternity leave to take better care of his son, but I could see that he harbored resentment for his own child. I told myself it was just a phase and that soon things would be better. But now it's been over a year and things have only gotten worse. My daughter-in-law says she feels no love for the baby, and while my son does love him, he often says that their lives were better before he was born. The stress and expenditure of raising a child has taken a toll on their marriage. They're not nearly as happy as they used to be. I curse myself every day for being so stupid and so selfish. I feel like I've ruined 3 lives because I just had to be a grandmother. She began to cry. I tried to comfort her as she seemed truly remorseful, but I couldn't help but feel angry. What the heck makes parents think that they have any right to dictate their child's reproductive choices? By what logic did they assume that they're entitled to grandkids? She later told me that she helps raise her grandson as much as she can, but I'm guessing that it probably isn't enough. Wow, that was a much deeper story than we usually find on this subreddit. I guess the only positive is that she seems to have learned from the experience, not that that helps her son, her daughter-in-law, or their child much though. However, it definitely did help OP. She's not going to be pressured into something she doesn't want anymore. Moving on to our final story. Now this one is a little bit more normal. Bro, you think you've got control of me and my friends and my life? Yeah, right. A bit of backstory. I've been friends with my entitled friend since preschool, and it wasn't until year 3, yes, I'm Australian, that she started treating me awfully. EF was my best friend, or at least I thought she was. But this chick would go behind my back telling secrets that I should have never told her. We also used to play Roblox together, and she was even worse on there. She used the I won't be your friend card if she didn't get her way. Let's play this game on Roblox. No thanks, I'm just gonna play my game. I won't be your friend if you don't play with me. I used to fall for that a lot. We also used to get into big fights and we would say mean things to each other. We were kids. It wasn't until the end of year 4 that I'd have enough of her BS and blocked her on everything imaginable. But somehow she keeps saying things like, I will change and all that BS, but all she does is pour her anger onto me, when 99.999% of the time, I wasn't the one who started the argument. At the end of last year, me and my other friend, who we will call AF for awesome friend, had the great idea to troll her, which was the best idea. So we started talking to her on Discord, and my entitled friend started asking things like, are you with AF? And this show went on for so long, it got to a point where EF called me a gay F. Me and my awesome friends started laughing our heads off, but EF also threatened to me that she will get the police involved. We both blocked EF on Discord and unfriended her from Roblox. A few days later, she tried to friend me again. I hit her up on Discord. Why are you trying to friend me, EF? To get evidence to the police. Why? Good luck, the police won't do anything. Blocked. She also tried insulting me on Instagram, but I blocked her on there too, both accounts. Nowadays, she tries to be my friend, which is not working, but I just try to ignore her. She's also been trying to be friends with my other friend, who we will call OF for other friend, by following her around and spamming her inbox with texts like, I'm on your street. Wow, that is creepy. Me and my awesome friend tried warning my other friend about my entitled friend, but she just doesn't see it. She just says she will change, she wouldn't say that, she's super nice. She doesn't see it. I don't have much trouble with EF anymore. I lost contact with my awesome friends and I'm somehow still friends with my other friend. But OF finally saw who EF really was and cut contact with her. Well yeah, to me it sounds like everyone kinda needs to cut contact with this person. Not only does she seem entitled, she's also homophobic. Yep, cut her out. Anyway, thanks to Snowwall for posting this on my subreddit r/RedditorYT. Now before I go, I just want to show you guys this amazing piece of fan art that I've received. Now this was sent to me over on Twitter by Jurassic Subby, and you can see that I retweeted it because it is so good. I mean, just look at the detail on here. That dragon is epic, and it's a nice metaphor for all entitled parents everywhere. But yeah, I just think the design of this one was super cool, so I wanted to show it to you. If you guys want to have your artwork featured on the channel, hit me up on Twitter. The link is below and on the screen right now, or send it to me via Discord. Anyway, that is the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Remember, we are closing in fast on 200,000 subscribers, so subscribe if you haven't done already. With that being said, click the link on screen to watch another video right away.